Hello everyone, Michael Babcock here, also known as the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and hit that thumbs up if you like the video from news all around the Walt Disney World area. Our first story is I'm going to talk about cast member wages. Okay, so you may remember that all of us fought for a better wages for all Walt Disney World cast members. Last year, I believe it was. Was it last year or 2 years? It was last year. Wow, time flies. But we fought for higher cast member wages because they weren't getting paid enough by Disney to make a living wage. Okay, so we all fought for it, and Disney finally conceded, and they finally got cast members finally got their pay raise. So it was, it was a great thing. Now we are in almost that same spot. Okay, prices for everything just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. Grocery prices are outrageous. Paying the rent and utilities and such like that is getting more outrageous. So I believe that we're going to be making probably another rant at some point or another, because things are just getting way too expensive. The price of food is skyrocketing. The price, just the amount to live somewhere. Never mind utilities and stuff like that. Just the actual, price to live, for like an apartment or a home is outrageous. So I have a feeling that we're going to be talking about this again probably in the next couple years, if things don't change. If things don't change in the foreseeable future, I can see us talking about it, because it's everything is just getting way too outrageous. Okay? And look, myself, I make $16.25 an hour, okay? And I am part-time, okay? There is no way I cannot afford to live on my own. I just can't. There's no way I can afford anything on my own. That's why I have to live with my parents, because I just can't afford to live anywhere, okay? And places don't want to hire full-time people because they don't want to pay benefits, they don't want to pay vacation time, they don't want to do that, okay? So so I get this. I really understand this story, okay? Things are not, the prices are not what they were, 10, 15 years ago. It's just not. Things are just getting way too outrageous, getting way too expensive, and things need to change. Things need to change, and we need a better living wage. And I see us probably talking about that sometime down the road in the foreseeable future. I don't know when it would be, but I would probably say the next, 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now, I would probably be making that assumption that we're going to be talking about this cast member wages again, because again, things are getting way too outrageous. So I kind of I hate to start with the negative story, but that's where everybody stands. So just to let everybody know, okay? All right. The next story I want to talk about something that has been going on that I've noticed for quite a number of years now. Not a long time, but just a couple years, okay? Because I've been going to these theme parks for a long time. I've been going to these theme parks since I was like 5 years old, okay? I've been going to these parks for, over 20 years. Over 20 years have I been going to these theme parks, okay? 15, 25, 35. I take that back. So over 30 years. Over 30 years, I've been going to these theme parks, okay? And that's just Walt Disney World, okay? That doesn't count Disneyland. Although I would love to go back to Disneyland, I can't, But anyway, I'm just talking about Walt Disney World. The Walt Disney World cast members, for the most part, are, some of the most joyful people I have ever met in my life. Okay? They love their job. They love coming to work, making magic for the guests. Okay? But in the last couple of years, I have noticed a decline. I have noticed a decline in cast member morale. All right? And that's a contributor to a number of things. It really is, okay? It's pay. It's their managers. It's the guests. It's, their other, their fellow cast members. It's a whole, a whole mishmash of things. Okay? So I on one hand, I get it. I understand that cast members, are going to be, not so nice. On the other hand, this is what Walt Disney wanted. He wanted his parks to be different. And the way he wanted his parks to be, one of the ways he wanted his parks to be different was he wanted his people to be as friendly as they could be and help people in any way that they could. Okay? And so when I see, cast members that are being, rude or mean or nasty for no apparent reason, it really breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart because I want to believe in this place. I really do. I really want to believe, that Walt Disney World is where dreams come true. I really want to believe that. Okay? But if certain cast members just behave, so rudely, so nasty, so rude, the place is no longer good. The place is no longer good. I don't care how good the rides are. I don't care how good the food is. If the people no longer care, then all of this is worthless. Then all of this is worthless. All right? So, again, I get it. Working in the customer service industry myself, I get it. I understand. Okay? Sometimes, other guests, their behavior is not great. Okay? Your superiors' behaviors to you are not great. Okay? But that doesn't mean you should take it out on other people, especially other guests. Especially other guests that are just coming to these theme parks to enjoy themselves, on their vacation, or us annual pass holders that are coming to, just have fun and hit the reset button. And if you're going to treat us like garbage, then what's then why are you there? Why are you working there? If the cat, if you know, if you're going to treat other guests like garbage, then why are you there? Why are you working there? All right. And I'm not saying that all cast members are like this. Okay, I have had numerous experiences with cast members, more numerous experiences with cast members that are absolutely, absolutely nice. They go out of their way to create magic for everybody, and myself. I have, more memories of nice cast members than I do with rude cast members. Okay, I haven't had a lot of interactions with rude cast members. Okay, couple here and there, but for the most part, the cast members have been great. Okay, but in the summertime, especially, because these, a lot of people, tensions are high, vacations, the weather in Central Florida is absolutely awful. It's, there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors to, the cast member behaviors, okay? But that doesn't mean that you should be, yelling at other guests, and, flaunting around, well, I work for Disney World, so you have to do what I tell you, and blah, blah, blah. If you're going to behave like that, if you're going to come to work like that, then leave. Then you need to resign, because Walt Disney World is not the place for you to work at. It's not the place for you to work at if you're just going to come to work and you're going to yell at everybody and treat other guests like garbage. It is not the place for you. It is not the place for you. You can go to work at Universal, because when I was at Universal, I had a whole lot more negative, they call them team members, okay? Not cast members, but team members. I had a whole lot more negative team members than I had positive team members. If you're going to act, if the Disney cast members are going to act that way, then go work for Universal. Go work for Universal, or go work at a place where you're flipping burgers or whatever, okay? Because working at the Walt Disney World Resort is not for you. It's not for you, okay? And you should leave it for cast members that love working there. All right? Because I don't ever remember a time. I don't ever remember a time. In my over 30 years of coming to these parks, especially when I was growing up, I never had, in my memory, I never, ever had a rude, nasty cast member, okay? Even when I was coming with my parents, when I was a little kid. I don't remember a single time wherein a cast member was rude and nasty. I don't remember that, okay? It's only in recent years. Okay? And I see both sides of the picture. I really do. I see both sides, okay? Sometimes guests are going to be, really mean and outrageous to you. Sometimes your managers are going to be, not so nice to you. But that does not mean you should take it out on the other guests. You should not do that. You should not do that, and you will not do that. Because that just creates a hostile environment, not only to your fellow cast members, but it also creates a hostile environment for the guests. And the guests don't want to see that. The guests don't want to see that. They come to these theme parks because they're on vacation, or us annual pass holders, we're there to have fun and hit the reset button and escape the real world. And if you're going to act that way, then you need to go back to the real world, so to speak, okay? Because Walt Disney World is not the place for you. All right. All right. So, This next rant is I'm going to rant about sight lines between Disney and Universal. So somebody sent me a message saying, why don't I like the Universal theme parks and blah blah blah. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. So the rides I have two problems. Okay? One, the rides at Universal are all pretty much all screen heavy based rides. Okay? That's the first problem I have. Okay? Problem number two is most of your thrill rides like Jurassic Park or like Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls or the Incredible Hulk roller coaster. Most of those rides, when you go on those rides, it takes you out of the story because you're seeing when you're up at the highest peak of these rides, you see different lands. You see, oh, there's the Wizarding World of Harry Potter over there. I'm no longer in Marvel Superhero Island, okay? Or when I'm riding the Seuss Trolley train ride. Oh, there's Harry Potter. I'm no longer in Seuss Landing, okay? Or, riding Dudley Do-Right. Oh, there's the Incredible Hulk. I'm no longer in Toon Lagoon, okay? And Disney has done that too. Okay? In Toy Story Land, for instance, at no point do I feel like I'm in Andy's backyard. Okay? Especially when I'm riding Slinky Dog Dash. Okay? And I really like Slinky Dog Dash. I really like that coaster. Okay? But at no point do I feel like I'm in Andy's backyard. Because at one point, you're facing Galaxy's Edge. So you can see Galaxy's Edge. Okay? And then you go through the second half of the ride, and then you're faced the other way. Now I see the Tower of Terror. Okay, yeah, at no point do I feel like I'm in Andy's backyard. Not at all. Okay, not at all. All right? I've talked about this before. When I go on rides like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, you never leave Frontierland. You never leave Frontierland. At no point do you see Adventureland, which is right next door to Frontierland. At no point do you see, Adventureland staring at you. Okay? You don't even see Cinderella's castle. Okay? Now, obviously, if you turn around, you see it. But, if you're just, facing the way that the ride wants you to face, you don't see that. You don't see that. At no point do you leave Frontierland. Okay? Let's see. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it kind of does that. Unfortunately, at the very top of the 50-foot drop, you see, Cinderella Castle, you see the Contemporary, you see, the monorail line. I get that. That you can't really do anything about. So I understand. I kind of get that. But and just like, just the, even on the People Mover, you never leave Tomorrowland. You never leave Tomorrowland. Sure, you see the castle and everything. I get it. But at no point do you leave Tomorrowland. You see the castle there, and you see a little bit of Main Street, but you don't see other lands popping up. You don't see, Tiana's Bayou Adventure up there, or do you see the Liberty Square riverboat? So, at no point do you ever leave Tomorrowland. Okay? And same thing with Big Thunder Mountain. You never leave Frontierland. Okay? That's the problem I have with, especially with the Chapek era sight lines. Okay? I was in line for, what was it? Millennium Falcon. Okay? And I had never done the standby line for Millennium Falcon before. I had always used either the Lightning Lane or the single rider line. So I had not used the standby line before. So I got in that standby line, and I look over to my left, and I see Slinky. I see part of the track for Slinky Dog. And I'm like, guys, are you kidding me? I mean, are you kidding? So, I'm now pulled out of Galaxy's Edge. Now I'm out of Galaxy's Edge because now I see Slinky Dog Dash staring at me. Okay? So I don't know where Disney. I don't know at what point Disney lost their way of sightlines, but they've lost it. Okay? They've lost it. Okay? So I truly hope that when, I hope that when they make this villain, the new villain themed area, or these cars themed attractions, I really hope that they don't break the story. That they don't break the story, that they keep you in the land you're supposed to be in. Okay? Because when it takes you out of the story, you're like, okay, no longer do I feel like I'm in Andy's backyard anymore, because now I see the Tower of Terror staring at me, or I see Galaxy's Edge staring at me, okay? Or if you're in that queue for Millennium Falcon and you see Slinky Dog Dash staring at you, I'm no longer in Galaxy's Edge, okay? So I really hope that Disney figures that out. I really hope that Disney figures that out, because they need to do better with their sight lines, okay? And I'll be the first to admit it, okay? And look, I love Walt Disney World. I love the Disney theme parks, okay? But when they screw up, I'm going to tell you when they screw up, okay? So it's not, it's not always, fun and joy here, okay? There's also things that I really hate about, Walt Disney World. So just keep that in mind, that, a lot of things I love about Walt Disney World. Some things I don't, okay? So you're going to get both sides of that, both sides of the coin. All right. Real quick, I just want to mention, so I want to remind you that we are fast approaching the closing date of Muppet Vision 3D. The last day to experience Muppet Vision 3D will be on June 6th. June 7th. June 7th of this year will be the last day to experience Muppet Vision 3D. WDW News Today is doing a farewell party with the full particulars is not all that clear yet, so I can't really give you more details about it. But if you want to come say goodbye to this wonderful attraction, which again, I'm really, really praying that they, just move it somewhere else. But, if you want to come say goodbye to this attraction and see us in person, please, by all means, drop by the park on the last day of Muppet Vision 3D. We will all be there, and we will all celebrate this wonderful attraction, okay? But June 7th will be the last day, and we will all be there, Okay? We will all be there. All right. This next rant. So, look, guest behavior at Walt Disney World is still out of control. It is still out of control. All right? I was walking around Magic Kingdom the other night. I was on my way out. And this guy, so I'm walking this way, okay? And he's coming from the opposite direction. So we're coming this way, okay? And we're about to meet. So I go to the right because I obviously don't want to run into anybody. So I turn to the right. He turns my way, and he comes right up to my face, and he says, "Watch where the F you're going." And he shoves me out of the way. That is unacceptable behavior. That is unacceptable behavior, and that will not be tolerated. I told him, I said, "You better be lucky I don't report you to a cast member." I said, because that is outrageous. That is outrageous behavior. All right? So people, do not come to Walt Disney World and act like you're high and mighty, because you're not. You are not. You're just like everybody else. All right? I'm tired of these guests coming in and thinking that they own the parks. Okay? If any vacationers are watching this and you're watching this video, I'm going to remind you, I'm going to tell you, you do not own these theme parks. Okay? You do not own these theme parks. So you do not have the right to come and push and shove and curse and scream and yell at people. You do not have that right. As do I not have that right. Okay? I wouldn't even in my mind think about doing that, because morally, that's just not right. That is just not right. Okay? So I understand. You know, people are always going to be like that. Okay? But if you're going to push and shove and hit people, then don't come to Walt Disney World. Don't come to these places, okay? Because that is a good way for you to get kicked out of the park and banned for life. All right? All right. I want to talk about the standby lines now at Walt Disney World, okay? So I have made the decision that I am not going to use the lightning lanes anymore, unless it's, during the busy time. So summer, although they're predicting a very slow summer, so I don't know. We'll just have to see. But during busy times, I'll probably buy lightning lane. But here's the thing, okay? Disney inflates the standby wait times because they want you to buy the lightning lane. They want you to buy the lightning lane because they're trying to trick you into thinking that, oh, the standby lines are way too long. Give us more money and you can, skip the lines. Okay? So I'm going to give you 3 examples of my standby line experiences, okay? So, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, okay? The posted wait time the other day was 80 minutes, okay? An hour and 20 minutes. I only waited 50. That is 30 minutes less than the posted standby wait time, okay? That is a huge difference. That is a huge difference in wait time. The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure, or whatever it's called, because there's different names for it, and I always get it. I think ours is called Journey Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. I think that's what ours is called. I always get ours and California's confused. But anyway, the posted wait time for standby was 35 minutes. I only waited 18 minutes in line. All right? And then the last one is Pirates of the Caribbean. Posted wait time was 55 minutes. I waited 39 minutes. Okay? I could give you more examples, but we would be here all night. Okay, so just folks, please keep that just keep that in mind, that Disney inflates these standby wait times because they want you to buy that lightning lane. They want you to give them more money so you can skip these lines. Okay, that's why we say that. That's why when we say that lightning lane is just a cash grab. That's why. That's why. Okay. All right. My next story is not a rant, but the new voices of Henry the Bear and Sammy the Raccoon visited the new, well, not really new anymore, but the newly reimagined version of the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. They recently visited the attraction for the first time, and they loved it. They loved it. They said that, that this was a very tall order this was a monumental undertaking to redo this show. When you redo anything that Walt Disney directly touched, you have a huge undertaking. You have a very huge undertaking, okay? Because now you have to be on your A game. You have to be on your A game and be like, okay, look, we can't mess around with this. Okay? This has to be great. This has to be really, really great. Okay? Or at least it has to be as good as what it replaced. And that's what the Country Bear Musical Jamboree did. Okay? And you can watch my honest review, which I have on this channel. I really like the new version of the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. It has a lot of callbacks to the original show. It's tastefully well done. It's they didn't screw around with it. They didn't screw around with it because they were like, we can't screw this up. We can't screw this up. We've screwed up too many things. This one you can't screw up. Okay? So, in my opinion, the Country Bear Musical Jamboree is as good as the original Country Bear Jamboree. Is it better than the Country Bear Jamboree? No. Is it worse than the Country Bear Jamboree? Certainly not. To me, it's on the same level. And that's exactly the way with Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's as good as Splash Mountain. It's not better than Splash Mountain, but it's not worse than Splash Mountain. Okay? That's my example that I like to use. Okay? Because people complain about Splash Mountain complain about Tiana's Bayou Adventure way too much. Way too much. I think they miss Splash Mountain and they just want to take it out on this ride. Look, I miss Splash Mountain too. I do. Okay? It was a good ride. It was a great ride. Okay? It put you in a time and place. But Tiana's Bayou Adventure hits all the right notes. Okay? I don't agree that, most of the animatronics are broken half the time, so Disney needs to get better about that. Okay? But when everything in Tiana's Bayou Adventure is working, it's as good as Splash Mountain was. Okay? And believe me, okay, Splash Mountain toward the end was not so great. It was breaking down. Animatronics were failing. A lot of things were not working, during the last run of that ride. Okay? But, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is on the same level as Splash Mountain was. Okay? It's on the same level as Splash Mountain. And the same with the new Country Bear Musical Jamboree. It's as good as the Country Bear Jamboree was. Okay? It's not better it's not better, but it's not worse. And that's the rule for theme parks. It has to be as good or better than what you replace. It cannot be worse. Okay? All right. I did a on if any of you follow me on Facebook, I talked about the new nighttime parade coming to the Magic Kingdom, and I just want to quickly go over this again. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a really great idea to have a new parade at the Magic Kingdom because, again, although I like Festival of Fantasy Parade, it's run its course. It has run its course, and it's not the same parade as it was pre-COVID. Okay? Pre-COVID, it used to be a lot better. Okay? There used to be more floats. There used to be more people. It was a lot better. And then after COVID, they just kind of gave up. They were like, it's okay. It's fine. So I'm really happy that the Magic Kingdom is getting a new parade because I think it's time. I really think it's time for a new parade at the Magic Kingdom. And having a nighttime parade would be great too, because you could have your whole day to do, and then whatever time the nighttime parade starts, you can do that instead of the fireworks. Or if you want to stay for the fireworks, you could do that too. But I'm really excited about this new nighttime parade coming to the Magic Kingdom. But let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel. Do you feel it's time for change, or do you want, Festival of Fantasy, or are you upset that Festival of Fantasy is leaving? Okay? And again, look, I'm sad that Festival of Fantasy is leaving. I really am. Okay? I really like that parade. But I truly think it's time for it to go. It is time for it to go, and we need something new. Okay? And the last story I want to talk about is they are predicting a really slow summer here at Walt Disney World. Okay? I think people are starting to figure out now that the summers here are extremely hot. Extremely hot. And of course, obviously, it's Florida. It rains all, pretty much every day. So I think people are starting to figure that out of it's hot, it's humid, it's rainy, and it's no fun. It's just no fun. I slow down. Well, I can't really slow down this summer because there's too much opening, but usually I slow down. I slow down in the summer because it's too much. It's just too much. The heat is absolutely horrendous, and that humidity makes it, 50 times worse. Okay? So I can see why, why Disney is saying that this summer is going to be, really slow. Okay? And I'm sure it's going to be slow at Universal as well. So it's not just going to be Disney. And SeaWorld's probably going to be the same way. Okay? So tourism here in Florida is going to take a hit. It's going to take a hit this year. Okay? But, obviously Disney and Universal or SeaWorld's not going anywhere. Okay? But, I think people need a break. I really think people need a break. And, the revenge travel and everything has slowed down. So I think that, I think that this summer's going to be slow. And then when things start opening back up and, new things open, the crowds are going to come back. Okay? But I think that this summer's going to be probably a pretty slow one. And that's something to say, because usually it's really busy. So, but just to keep that in mind, okay? So, but there you are. There's your stories. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys stay safe and healthy. We will see you real soon. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.